Welcome everyone to week 8, all about the future. In today's lesson, we're going to cover using two verbs in the same sentence and how to exactly break that down. So we're going to go ahead and begin where we left off last week using tener plus que plus the verb. So we went over this a little bit last week, and we know that the verbs that are in parentheses, this is to plus the verb. So for example, you see estudiar in parentheses, that means to study. You see comer in parentheses, that means to eat. Preparar, to prepare. Aceptar, to accept. Limpiar, to clean. So let's take a look at the example here. Tengo que estudiar, I have to study. Tienes que comer algo. You have to eat something. Ella tiene que preparar la comida. She has to prepare the food. Tenemos que aceptar el dinero. We have to accept the money. Tiene que limpiar la casa. They have to clean the house. So once again, you always are going to separate the verb tener plus the following verb. So que has to go in between, okay? So next we have poder plus the verb. So before we add the second verb, we're going to just conjugate the verb poder. What is poder? Poder means to be able to. That will be the dictionary form of this verb. So I like to just say can, because that's what it is. So just remember it that way. Poder is can. Okay? So for example, you have puedo, I can. Puedes, you can. Puede, he or she can. Keeping in mind that you do have to specify when you're saying él puede, he can. Ella puede, she can. Since both of those pronouns can both mean puede. It has the same breakdown, so you have to specify. If you just start a sentence and say puede nadar, you could be saying she can swim or he can swim, so you want to specify. Él puede nadar. Ella puede nadar, right? So the next one, podemos, we can. Pueden, they can. So these are the conjugations of these pronouns. I can, you can, he or she can, we can, they can. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and take a look at the poder plus verb. So you all notice with tener plus the verb, you had to put que in between. Here you notice it's just poder plus verb. There's nothing in between it. So whenever it just say verb, that means you're not going to conjugate it. So poder plus verb is literally the breakdown of the conjugation plus the verb. Don't conjugate the verb. So it's kind of the same way as tener. So here are some examples. You have puedo estudiar. I can study. Puedes ir. Can you go? Puedes ir. Ella puede salir esta noche. She can go out tonight. She can hang out tonight. Podemos aceptar el dinero. We can accept the money. ¿Pueden limpiar la casa? Can they clean the house? Now, I want you all to keep in mind, even though to plus the verb is the direct translation of estudiar, ir, salir, aceptar, limpiar. For example, aceptar is to accept. It doesn't just mean accept. However, in this case, it does mean that. The to is like omitted. It's not in there. So, for example, if I ask you, hey, can you cook? Puedes cocinar? I'm not saying can you to cook. Okay, yes, that's the direct translation. However, in English, to make it make sense, we have to get rid of to, right? So, puedo estudiar is not saying I can to study. The direct translation, yes. However, in English, we have to make it make sense. So, it's puedo estudiar, I can study. You get rid of the to. I can study. Puedo estudiar. Puedes ir? Can you go? Okay. So that's what these mean. And now we're going to go ahead and take a look at saber. So what is saber? Saber means to know. Okay, so here you see the conjugation of the verb saber. So you have sé, which is I know, sabes, which is you know, él or ella sabe, he or she knows, sabemos, we know, saben, they know. So a few of you might already know the whole expression no sé, right? No sé, I don't know. Or you can say yo sé, I know. Another expression using saber is sabes qué? That literally means you know what, but in English is equivalent to guess what. I know, how does a question mean an expression? So whenever you're talking to your friends, you can say, girl, guess what? You know, chica, ¿sabes qué? It's the same thing as guess what. You know what? So let's go ahead and take a look at saber plus the verb. So here you have sé nadar, which is I know to swim. It's equivalent to I know how to swim. Sé nadar, I know how to swim. Some people will put como in between, some won't, but it's the same thing. Sé nadar, sé como nadar. I know to swim, I know how to swim. It both makes sense in English. So then you have sabes cocinar. Do you know how to cook? ¿Sabes cocinar? Él sabe hablar español. Or this is a question. So, ¿él sabe hablar español? Does he know how to speak Spanish? Does he know to speak Spanish? Sabemos bailar salsa. We know how to dance salsa. Saben aprender idiomas. They know how to learn languages. So once again, with or without como, how is still in there in the English form. So if someone say, no sé cómo cocinar, right? I don't know how to cook. Or they can say, no sé cocinar. I don't know how to cook. Same thing, okay? So finally, let's go ahead and move on to ir. This is a very commonly used verb. You're going to use this a lot. Ir means to go in Spanish. And it also is an irregular verb. So that means that their conjugations or this conjugation of ir is not going to be the same as the other ones, which is o, es, hemos, en. The endings will not be the same because it's irregular. It's not regular, right? So it doesn't have to follow the rules. So here is the breakdown of the verb ir. The conjugation is going to be I'm going is going to be voy. You're going is going to be vas. He or she is going, va. We're going, vamos. They're going, van. So, of course, like tener plus que plus the verb, then you have saber plus verb, and then poder plus verb. Ir has a form too. So you have ir plus a plus the verb, which means kind of similar to tener plus que plus the verb. Just how que was in between tener and the verb, a goes in between ir and the verb. So look at these examples. You have I'm going to go to the party. That's the first sentence here. I'm going to go to the party. Voy a ir a la fiesta. So you see voy, I'm going. A is just the connector. And then you have to go, which is ir. Voy a ir a la fiesta. ¿Vas a salir con ella? Are you going to go out with her? And once again, what is to go out? Salir is in parentheses. Ella va a querer más tiempo. This one could be a little difficult. Querer means what? Querer means to want. Ella va a querer más tiempo. She is going to want more time. Vamos a ver una película. We're going to watch a movie, or we're going to see a movie. Van a estudiar más tarde. They're going to study later. Más tarde means later, okay? So, ellos van a estudiar más tarde, or you can say ellas van a estudiar más tarde. They both mean they. They're going to study later. So the only time, once again, that you're going to put a in between ir is going to be when it's a verb afterwards, or if you're going to specify to, literally. So like, I'm going to the store. It's a direct translation here. Voy a la tienda, right? You're going to a meeting. Vas a una reunión, right? But if you're just saying we're going tomorrow, you don't have to say vamos a mañana. We're just going to say vamos mañana. We're going tomorrow. Tomorrow isn't a verb, so no I need to go in between. And you're not literally saying to, you're just saying tomorrow. So you're going to say vamos mañana. Van juntos. They're going together. Okay? So that does conclude today's lesson. I hope you all enjoyed this voiceover. I wanted to break down these sentences really good here, and I wanted to really thoroughly explain this to you all, and so that you all have a better visual of what exactly I'm talking about. Sometimes when you're talking grammar and languages, it can become really boring really quick, and it can become really confusing. So I put together this slideshow for you all. If you have any questions, please email me. I'm happy to break things down further for you and to help you whenever I can. So thank you all so much for watching this video lesson. I will see you all next week. Adios.